What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Wardcast. Every Monday, we bring you the latest in video game news, talk about survival horror, machinima, and what's going on at the Ward. I'm one of your hosts, Shaun Clark, alongside Yaz Rich.
Oh.
Jesus, Alec Funnel.
So fair bizarre.
And for the first time, Austin Brown.
Hello.
You may know Austin from nearly every Ward project under the sun. He does such roles as The Merchant, obviously, and Salazar Salad Bar in Days, Carlito in The New Adventures of Old Mega Man, and O'Brien in Irrelevations, and like a million other voices. So,
and I finally showed up.
And he finally showed up to the party. And you'll probably hear him in every machinima we ever do. as long as he's willing.
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking do it. Aside from that, why don't you give us a little bit about who you are and what you do, Austin?
Well, so as far as the whole, voice acting thing, I've been doing that for pretty much like 10 years at this point, right? Like, because I started in like 2006 when you did episode 6, because you were calling out for voice auditions at that point. And so pretty much like since I started doing Salazar, like I started off with that, and I've just been slowly introduced to doing more voices there ever since. So that's been super fun. And then as far as like on my normal time, I studied 3D animation for a while, but that didn't really go anywhere. So instead, I'm currently working at Facebook, and I do QA stuff for them. So that's pretty fun. And I've been working there for about a little over a year right now.
Nice. So what you're saying is I was your first?
Well, as far as like voice acting stuff, yeah. And I think I've done like some other random voice acting things here and there, but nothing like too substantial. Like this has definitely been the most substantial voice work I've ever done. So, thanks for that.
Hey, you know what? I'm here for you.
Yep, I'm here for you, right?
That's cool, though. How is working at Facebook?
It is very interesting. They give me way more to do than I would ever expect to do anywhere, and that feels great.
Hey, sometimes it's too much, though.
Well, yeah, sometimes it can be. Like, there's there's just like a lot to do because like there's just a lot of shit to react to as far as like what people do on the platform. So it's just like trying to react to trends and like actually make sure to react to those accordingly. And like, yeah, that's some stressful shit. And of course, like there's plenty of controversy about it, which I'm not going to get into because that's a whole other podcast. Yeah. But it's fun.
That's cool. I could only imagine all the bullshit that happens with Facebook, just with
There's
the traffic.
Fucking bullshit.
And, that'd be gross.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything currently with your 3D animation? I know you said that didn't really pan out, but do you do any like, personal projects or anything?
I just don't have time. Like, if anything, the most personal stuff I do is all the voice acting stuff.
That sucks.
And I spend a lot of time on Twitch.
Yeah. 2019, it's the life. You're either on YouTube or Twitch.
Yeah, I noticed that you kind of started the ball rolling on streaming there, so...
Yeah, I've been kind of playing around with that. I got some future plans and just kind of getting my toes wet.
I gave you a follow, so I'll definitely have to jump in on that.
Yeah, definitely. We plan to do some Ward debut stuff there, as well as like Let's Plays and things like that. So, yeah, it should be fun.
Oh, yeah.
I just got to learn what the fuck I'm doing. Step 1.
Remember, boys and girls, check us out at weskershouse on twitch.tv.
There you go.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
What's your Twitch? If people want to check you out.
But mine's Austin freaking Brown, as is everywhere. So.
Hey, it's good to be consistent with your brand, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Unlike me.
And a lot of people like it, so.
Austin freaking Brand.
Freaking Brand.
You spelled fucking wrong, though.
Dude, everybody loves the freaking, though. It's great. Like, anytime I go into anybody's channel, like, they always read it the same way. It's like, Austin freaking Brown is in the chat. It's the fucking best.
Nice.
If I ever need an ego boost, I just go into a new channel and I get read my name like that. Like, even, like, freaking Brendan Urie of Panic in the Disco, because he does a Twitch stream, too. Like, I was in his chat one time, and he read my name the same way, so that
that's
tells
cool.
me something.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Well, you picked it well, it sounds like. Good job.
Hell yeah.
Everybody calls me weskershouse. I'm
Shouse.
German.
Never thought to say it like that ever.
Shouse.
Shouse.
I thought you were Shaunathan.
I go by many names. You know, Batman is one of them.
Asshole.
Wow. Wow.
Maybe Thropington.
Yeah, I beat you to it, Jazz. Fuck you.
Better get it out of the way.
Yeah, just get it out into the ether, into the system. That way we don't have to worry about it later. But
Into the bat verse.
you know what? I will stab you with a batarang. But anyway,
There's gonna be a death in this episode.
there's always at least one death per episode. It's mandatory, and you're the new blood.
I'm excited for this. Oh!
We need virgin blood.
Well, I got news for you there.
Uh-oh.
Blood. Ah.
Shaun took that away from me already.
Uh-oh. So, I want to talk about movie theater prices real quick. I figured since we'll be talking about video game movies today, this would be a good time to kind of bring that up.
Ooh, yeah.
Recently, I went to see Avengers Endgame, and before that, I saw Us. And I couldn't help but notice they were selling those little boxes of candy that you get at the grocery store for like $1 for $5. Like, that was the first thing I noticed. I'm like, okay, well, they're charging, 5 times the price for that. Okay, whatever. And then a large drink and a large popcorn, $15.
Yep.
You want a soft pretzel and a large drink? Well, I hope you're prepared to pay as much as you did for the fucking movie, because that's $22. That's
how they get you.
Insane. Yeah, that's where they make all their money. But like, how does that fly? Like, why are we okay with paying $22 for a pretzel and a drink?
Well, actually, it's funny that it is funny that you asked that question, because I actually do have a slight bit of insight on that, because I actually did used to work for a movie theater. Fun fact.
Oh.
So, one of the things that I overheard as far as like how that whole operation works, at least my particular movie theater, when it comes to the actual movie ticket prices, the movie theaters get jack shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like they either get 10% of the cut or less. And so, like, as far as the movie ticket prices, like, they get fucked. Like, all that goes to the people that make the movies, which, in a way, kind of makes sense, because it's like, yeah, well, the people who made the movies themselves, like, they should be making a pretty substantial amount of money. But at the same time, it's like, as far as the actual distribution of those movies in the movie theaters themselves, like, they at least deserve, like, some, decent amount of the profit. But, of course, in order to combat that, they fucking jack up the prices of the food.
Yeah.
And that's where you get this bullshit.
It's just crazy that, that's just acceptable. Like, I understand that, like, but does everybody really think about that?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I know those logistics. That doesn't make it okay.
Exactly. Like, because you were kind of part of it. And I understand that, too, because that's kind of just how the entertainment world works. Like, the people that sell like video games and movies and stuff like that, like they don't really make a lot of money off of it. Even like developers and stuff like that with video games, like they don't make as much as they should. Like the publisher gets a lot of that money, and it's just an unfair kind of system how things work. But from the consumer perspective, that's insane.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
and
crazy.
That's like a whole other reason why, like, the animation industry too, like that's just kind of like a really crazy pursuit in of itself, because of just how cutthroat the industry is. Like, just being a video game developer, it's just like, more often than not, it just ends up being like the single gig of making the one video game for most of the people that work on it, and then it's just like, oh, you're laid off, get fucked.
Yeah, that's a big issue today too.
Yeah, like, Telltale's big example right now.
Yeah, and even just like the whole mindset of the industry right now, where you've got like these insanely lofty projections. It's like, oh, well, for us to be successful, we got to make, $1 billion or $2 billion or whatever. And it's like, even though they sold a ton and they made a lot of money and it was technically successful, like, it's still a failure if they don't hit that mark. If they don't make that $1 billion or whatever, say they hit 3/4 of that and they doubled what they spent on making it, like, it's still considered a loss. It's still a failure. And that's such a shitty, toxic mindset to have, especially in that kind of an industry where, it's it's entertainment. It's supposed to be fun. It's art. It should be appreciated. But it's turning into such a business that it's just kind of ruining itself.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. Which thankfully, like, just when it comes to the video game industry at large, like, yeah, there's plenty of that behavior going on as far as like companies are concerned. But thankfully, like, there are still some companies out there that are still like churning out good games anyway. Like our boys at Capcom, like, they're fucking killing it, and they're not, sucking into this kind of horseshit, either, or at least to the degree like you would compare to like EA or something,
Oh yeah.
That
Though Capcom did release that DLC where you could just fucking unlock everything for $5. I didn't really appreciate that.
Well, okay, yeah, that's fucked. But
we all make mistakes. It's fine.
Yeah, sure, but
Capcom's
it's like,
doing a lot better than they've done in the past. I don't even know, fucking 10 years or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
To be fair, they did that quite a while after the game been released, so...
I know, but still, it's just like that fucking what was it called? The mode where you're in the gas station and you have to kill like 100. I think it's 100 zombies with like 20 bullets or 30, whatever the fuck that was. Like, that is really hard, and I was never even able to get it. But like, if I had put in the time and effort to get that, and I finally got it, and I felt accomplished, all that hard work would have been taken away by that DLC, because everybody can just spend $5 and get that with no effort. It ruins the joy of earning that, and that's what
it's
I don't
practically
like.
pay to win at that point.
What's that?
It's practically pay to win at that point.
Yeah, exactly. It's 100% pay to win, even though it's single player. You can buy the game and immediately buy that DLC, get infinite ammo on the most powerful guns, and just run through it and get an S rank or whatever. And it's like, well, what about the people that worked hard to get that legitimately? It devalues that, and I don't like that.
Yeah, and I will never fork over money for shit like that. If I want to unlock something, I'm gonna fucking earn it and work for it. Otherwise, I won't bother.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed typically does that too, where you can just like pay to get all the abilities or whatever. I think you can even pay to just unlock progression in the story or something. It's fucking stupid. It's like, it's not a movie, it's a game. You're supposed to play it and enjoy it. It's stupid.
You can't spell Assassin's Creed without ass.
Twice.
Yeah.
2 times the ass.
Double the fun, Leon.
Oh no. Shut up. So, Alec, how was your week?
Well, give a shout out to Dante from last week's episode.
Yeah.
I took a pill in Ibiza. To show Avicii I was cool. And when I finally got sober, felt 10 years older, but fuck it, it was something to do.
What the fuck is going on with you guys? I get the song reference, but what is happening?
I just quite like doing it now, and since Dante's joined in on it, I'm just like, yeah,
I'm gonna kill you.
Gonna
both.
do that. It's gonna be a thing.
So I guess Dante makes regular memes around here. Is that the case?
Yeah, Dante also makes machinima as well.
Oh, I know Dante.
Oh, okay, but yeah, he's a. Oh, wow.
That went right over Sean's head.
Oops.
Maybe it did. Oh well, it's fine. It's been a long week.
Which, speaking of that, like, he was working on this whole Silent Hill thing, and I ain't ever seen it, so I don't know if he's finished it or not.
No, you actually recorded lines, right? You're done with your part?
Yeah, I already did all that.
In fact, I think you're the one that recorded your lines first, even before me, and I'm just like, wow. Way to make me look bad.
You're all slacking.
Though, to be fair, I probably have more lines than anybody, so,
Well, yeah,
I
you
get
got
a
like a whole
pass.
fucking, like... Yeah, because you're playing the main dude, Jake, so...
Like, I recorded, like, the first half, and it took me, like, an entire day just to... There was, like, 30 minutes of just solid lines that I had to edit through.
Well, that's fair.
So, but yeah.
Well, you're here, Dante. That's what's taking so long.
But yeah, Alec, your week.
Yeah, so I actually remember this week this time, so...
Oh my god, I'm proud of you.
I
knew
know.
You had it in you.
I stopped drinking. No.
Don't you lie to me.
Yeah, alright, I went drinking last night, but... Alright, so I've actually watched Endgame, watched all the Marvel films,
Wait. This week, you watched all the Marvel films.
Yeah.
All in order, all at the same time.
You watched 21 movies in a week.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
Jesus. Did you not work? How?
I only work 2 nights a week.
Well, fuck. God, I mean...
Must be nice.
I'm impressed.
I'm good at saving, so... I can get away with it. Plus...
I want to do the math on that. That doesn't even seem possible. Like, some of those movies are like 3 hours.
Well, it's quite possible. It gets to the bits where it gets boring, more predictable. You just go fast forward, and there we go.
Yeah, I watched them all on 2 times speed.
Well, that definitely makes it faster.
But also, just today I've got 3 new games. So I've been playing Party Hard, which is pretty awesome. So the only way I can describe it, really, it's like a very cheesy 80s take on Hitman games.
That sounds amazing.
No, it's quite good fun.
It's kind of like Hotline Miami mechanic-wise, right?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, it's a lot of good fun. Trophies can be a bit of a bitch, but it depends how you see trophies. And I just downloaded Resident Evil Code Veronica as it was on sale.
Nice.
And I thought, fuck it, why not?
Everybody seems to be getting that, which is good.
Yeah, and what was the other game? Oh yeah, since I also got Worms, one of the new Worms games.
Gross.
Yeah,
get that taken care of.
Why do you think I was holding my ass earlier?
Oh no!
But yeah, it's been. I've had some news regarding my new job, so I'm hopefully be starting next week officially, and yeah.
Oh, nice. Cool. Congratulations. Finally through the training and all that garbage.
Oh, yeah. Jesus.
It's always such an awkward period, just orientation in general. You're just like, man, where am I? What is all this new shit I'm learning? Who are all these people?
To give stairs so I can push them.
Oh, no. Yeah, please refrain from pushing people down the stairs at your new job. I mean, they don't tend to like that.
Well, they don't tend to live long afterwards, so it's not a bad...
Oh, shit. Slowly murdering people through stair murder.
Yeah.
I like murder.
So, yeah. Austin, how was your week?
Well, oddly enough, my week kind of sucked because on frickin' Tuesday, I had some like random bout of food poisoning or something.
Oh, damn.
So that frickin' sucked. Like, pretty much like I went to work and then I was trying to eat my breakfast and all of a sudden I felt like I had to vom. So it was just like, this isn't normal. I'm going home. And, thankfully I took some sick time and then by Thursday I, got myself better. And now, I'm feeling fine and dandy enough to do this podcast. So, yeah.
So if we hear the sound of vomiting, don't worry, you're fine.
Yeah, no, I'm totally fine.
Cool. Anything else happen? You play anything, watch anything, murder anybody?
I've mostly been getting back into Borderlands again because the third game, had been announced recently, and there's a whole ton of hype on the third game. And in fact, Gearbox, company makes it, actually just had this event that was having a whole bunch of like various like Twitch streamers, especially like Borderlands streamers in general, like all come to this event and actually like play the game for the first time. It was on May 1st, and huge event. Like they got to show like roughly about an hour and a half worth of gameplay, for all these streamers. And as far as like the game is concerned, I mean, you guys are familiar with Borderlands, are you, or not really?
No.
Never played it.
I am. I played through the first one. I have not played the second one or any of the other ones.
Yeah, fair enough. So, like, yeah, in my personal opinion, the second one's definitely the better game out of all of them currently, just because like the mechanics are better. There's so much more stuff to do in it, and it's just like for 7 years old, like it's still like fun to play. So, at least in my opinion, it's not for everybody though. But in either case, like the third game, like looks like an even further improvement on like all the stuff that was like good about the second one and the first one, and just kind of like, really like smooth looking mechanics. Like it almost looks like as smooth as like Destiny or something like that, but just with like Borderlands mechanics. So it's just like, well, okay, I'm pretty fucking excited for this game.
Yeah, that's
But
cool. At some point, either I think next week, I'm gonna actually be playing through definitely the second one and maybe the first one again with Cody. So
Oh, shit, yeah.
I will finally get to play those, and
Are
hopefully
you,
that'll get me excited about the third one. Because right now I'm just
Yeah.
kind of like,
Well, yeah, for sure. Are you playing on PC or on console?
console.
Yeah, right on.
I'm more console.
Yeah, that's cool.
Totally.
Nothing wrong with that.
Are you more PC?
Yeah, more PC.
Son of a bitch, get off the podcast.
You would go die now.
Don't tell me you buy digital.
Well, it's like, I've invested so much in my computer that, I just want to use it.
Yeah,
Like-
you're
yeah, like
obligated to
consoles
take
are-
advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's like, consoles are great too, don't get me wrong. But, I've also like grown up a lot with like PC shooters. So like when it comes to shooter games, especially, like I can't play those on
100%
console.
Yeah, you don't have half the control on a controller as you do on a mouse and keyboard.
Mm-mm. Yeah, like I used to play the original Black Ops on PS3 and I sucked so bad. Like I would get drunk every night and play that and it was just a fucking travesty.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, it seems like everything's turning into PC anyways, like the way the consoles are going in general. So eventually it's not even going to be a conversation anymore. It's just going to be video games. They won't be divided.
Yeah, and then of course, like, another like hot topic, that's been going around lately is, revolving around Borderlands 3 is the idea that it's essentially a Epic Games Store exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people are up in arms about that shit.
Yep, that's been making the news pretty consistently.
Yep,
We actually talked about that last week.
Yeah, well, unfortunately for all you people on, whatever side of the argument, I've already pre-ordered the game, so I don't give a shit, clearly.
Did you pre-order it on Epic or Steam?
Well, Epic, because with Steam, like, it is going to come out for Steam, but it's going to come out 6 months after it comes out in the Epic Store, or at least I think it's 6 months. So, yeah, like, I want to play it right away, so I just got on the Epic Store. Like, I don't care. Like, I care more about, like, I just want to be able to play the game, Like, if it's on Steam, if it's on Epic, heck, if it was even on, like, console only, like, I would find a way to get a console and play it that way. Which, technically, I already do have consoles in the house, because I live with a bunch of roommates and stuff, and they do have consoles, but, like, the consoles more belong to them, so I don't, like, play on them as much. But, yeah, if I really wanted to play it, I'd find some way to do it, For me, like, yeah, sure, you could have, whatever, issues with however they distribute games and whatnot. That's cool. But for me, it's just like, I'm kind of in a position where, if I really want to play something, like, I could more or less, just do it. Like, there's not really anything holding me back from it.
Yeah, I mean, it's all really just kind of perspective and what's important to you, because, like,
yeah, sure.
For some people, it's more inconvenient. For some people, like you don't give a shit, so it doesn't matter, But I don't know. I feel like the developers or the like Epic and Steam, I just feel like they should be a little bit more considerate about the people that are giving them money,
Sure, yeah. Like that is like one of the definite like things that I certainly agree with as far as like why it's an issue. It's definitely not a consumer friendly thing to do.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, yeah, realistically, if you want to be consumer friendly, it should just be available on all these platforms all at the same time. Like,
yeah, and it's not pure evil either, because like it is being more favorable to like the developers and the publishers because they do get more money. So it's hard to find a balance for everybody. But it was interesting to see Epic's. They made a statement about, if Steam's willing to give developers a bigger split, then they would drop the exclusivity thing, and they'd even consider putting their games on their platform and everything. So like, that would be great. If they could work together and everything could be just evenly distributed, like that'd be great for everybody. Good for the developers,
world, right?
Good for the consumer. Like, just do that.
Yeah, right. You'd think.
Yeah, but we'll see what happens. Who knows? I don't know how your week got turned into Borderlands. It turned into a news story.
Well, like, just because of the fact that the new game is like, just kind of like hot on the heels right now. That's kind of how it came up.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as my week, that's just, kind of what's been, mainly going on.
Cool. Jess,
What?
how was your little old week?
Little old week was weak.
It was a week.
It's weak sauce.
I was sick pretty much all week.
I remember.
Oh, fuck.
Dude. You
Is
should
there like
stop
something
doing
going
that.
around, man? Like, shit, so many people got sick this week, it seems like.
I mean, I don't think I would catch it if it was going around,
But,
but you know, maybe.
Did
must be
you
something in the water?
did you eat a bad sandwich?
I did not. I ate a lot of good sandwiches.
Okay.
I only ate the ones made.
What?
But yeah, it was. I got my script done for episode 3 on Sunday.
hell yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I already got some lines for that. But I, for the rest of the week, not doing anything for the machinima. I did watch my video game movie though. I watched 2 of them actually. 2 of them.
I got you beat. I watched more. But what did you watch?
You know what? What?
Hey, I do know what.
I got you. Actually, I watched 3, but one of them doesn't count.
Yeah, one of
I
mine
watched-
doesn't count either. Well, kind of 2 of them.
I watched Saving Private Ryan.
What? How is that a video game movie?
What?
It was based off Call of Duty World War II, right? That's the game,
I think you got that backwards.
right? No, that's just the game.
Well, like, Saving Private Ryan came out in, like, 1998, and when did the first Call of Duty come out?
Exactly.
Like...
Jesus.
Don't find a flaw in my knowledge. No, I watched. Beth and I watched Warcraft yesterday.
Oh, I'm sorry.
How'd you like that?
You know what? I was expecting it to be a pile of garbage. It was kind of enjoyable. I find if you've played World of Warcraft.
I
So
kind
I can
of.
imagine somebody who hasn't to be like, who's that? Where are they? What are they talking about? What's Azeroth?
I kind of felt the opposite. Like, I thought it was decent. I don't play, nor have I ever played any of the Warcraft games. And I think that actually benefited me because I didn't really, like, I know a little bit about Warcraft and some terminology and stuff like that. But, like, from somebody that's not that invested in it, I could just enjoy it as a movie. You know, I'm not like, oh, well, they should have done that and that's wrong and blah, blah, blah. So I wasn't as critical as somebody else would have been. And I thought it was entertaining. Like, it wasn't an amazing movie or anything, but I found it to be worth watching.
Yeah, like it wasn't.
Yeah.
I didn't really criticize it. I was just like, I would look at it and be like, oh, I bet they're in Orgrimmar. Oh, look, they're in Stormwind. Like I would just like that's an orc. That's a hippogriff.
But yeah, like it.
Used that I recognized it.
If there's anything to watch it for, is for the orc characters, because as far as
Yeah.
like the achievement that they did there was they made the orc characters look damn good,
Yeah.
and like they ended up being more interesting than the humans.
Yeah. Which
That's
is
the
impressive.
Potato baby. We kept calling it the potato,
Potato
baby.
baby.
Yeah.
This is the history of Shrek.
Now it makes sense. You said potato baby, and I was like, what?
Yeah, potato baby. Baby lives another. But that was one movie.
Yeah.
I had already watched the other one, and I knew it was gonna be garbage. So I gave it another chance because it had been like 15 years since I'd watched it, and it was still garbage.
Uh-oh.
It was Blood Rain.
Wow.
So I love Blood Rain, and I enjoyed the movie as a movie, but there's so many things wrong with that movie that I'm just like, now I really wanted to watch the Third Reich one, but they took it off Netflix.
Oh,
And by that point, I was like, well, I'm not doing House of the Dead. No, fuck that.
House of the Dead is a fucking trashterpiece with how fucking shit it is.
Masterpiece.
Sean had already claimed one of the movies I could have watched. Gladly would have.
Like any movie by that guy, you know, his name's Uwe Boll, who makes those shitty video game.
He makes
like,
all the video game movies, all of them.
every single one ever. Like you get your friends together, you get the drinks going around, you watch these pieces of shit, and you laugh your ass off. That's
See,
what
I
those
like
movies
that.
are for.
That should have been the marathon that you did. You should have done an Uwe Boll movie marathon.
Yeah, instead of Marvel, those movies are actually
those
good.
are garbage.
Do it.
Watch the good stuff.
Well, think of it this way: if they keep producing rubbish video game movies, people are just going to carry on playing the video games.
Ah, it's all been a plot
Yes.
from Umbrella.
From Umbrella.
It was all plotted from the start by Umbrella.
Hell.
Oh hell,
Umbrella. But
Umbrella.
yeah, I played a new game this week.
What was it?
It was Horizon Zero Dawn.
That doesn't count. No, I'm just kidding.
Whoa, you finally played that game? I never would have guessed.
So my
Starring Jazz.
little Hershey's an orphan.
Just like
Yeah, like your Discord name doesn't signify that at all.
No, I never would have guessed that.
This goes back from so Diz when the game first came out, Diz randomly sent me a text and she was like, I'm here playing this fucking game going, where do I know this person from? And I'm like, what? And then she sends me a picture and it's like a cut paste of like Aloy's face next to me and she's like, it's you. And I'm like, what? And I'm trying to see it and I'm like, I guess she has like a little bit of freckles, but I don't know. And then she just said like, that's you, like it's you in the game. And then she sent me finally my box and the game was in it, so I got to finally play it. And she sent me a little pop figure of Aloy too, so it's like mini me, and it's really cool. So I'm like, okay, yeah, so I have my own video game character now. Woo! But I really like it. It's like a mix. It's like a mix of Tomb Raider, but with more open world concept, and just how you can either do like the main quest or you can go in a side quest. But it gives me a little bit of like vibes of like Fallout 4 in the sense like, you know, you can choose your dialogue and it'll affect how the character goes, sort of. Like you want to be a fucking dick, you can be a fucking dick, and that's my favorite thing to do in
it impacts
games.
the character's personality in the long run.
Yeah, like, do you even want to say like goodbye to this person, or do you want to slap him in the face? Well, I'm gonna fucking slap him in the face because
Like the whole Paragon Renegade thing from Mass Effect.
I love that. I love when they do that stuff.
Yeah, it's like you always want to be a dick in that because it's hilarious.
I want to be a dick in everything.
Like Infamous, totally being a dick.
Fable, yeah, I'm gonna be good until they let me kill my sister, and then I'll be a dick.
Damn
so
right.
much fun. Have you played Coder, Knights of the Old Republic?
I actually haven't.
Oh, really? Wow. You need to. If you like being a dick, you need to play that game. You can be the biggest asshole. It's so great. I love it.
You want to be?
Yeah, because I've definitely heard they're great games. Yeah, that's the king of being a dick.
King Dick.
Big old dicks.
Wow.
Behind you. Oh, no.
You better watch out for the big old dick, Leon.
Anything else, Jeff?
Hey, Shaun.
Oh, we don't.
I mean, I would have played more new games, but as you heard, I ordered a wire. Somebody was gonna give me like a plug wire for the original Xbox, but that didn't pan out.
Oh,
So
no.
I ordered one online, and it got there like the next day, and I was so excited. And then I got home and realized that the old Xbox controllers need to plug into a plug that you plug into the Xbox. You can't just fucking plug it into the Xbox. It doesn't work like that. And I didn't have that plug, so I couldn't play my Red Ninja.
The power cord needs another thing?
No, the controller.
Oh, the controller. Okay.
The controller has a little.
Yeah, it's got a breakaway cable.
It has a little like.
You know,
that you wanna...
like I understand that it can be inconvenient, but the idea behind it was actually pretty cool. Because like with wired controllers, sometimes they would get kicked and it'd pull your fucking system off and it could damage it. Like they put that on there so that if the cable does get hit, it just disconnects the cord.
I mean, can they not just make it so that the controller unplugs? Like it pulls the controller out? Also, can you not kick your system?
Well, yeah, ideally.
Maybe you have a shitty child or something. You don't know.
I see an idiot putting the Xbox on the top shelf above their flat screen TV, and they're like, all right, are we going to test out this controller plug thing now and see if it works? And they like yank it, and they're like, oh, thank God it works.
I brought my 2-year-old as a test subject.
Yeah.
Alec, what were you saying?
Nah, that's alright. I was just going to ask you, how was your shitty week?
Oh, wow. Jazz, are you done?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, I didn't know that's where he was going. Continue your week and then I'll go.
No.
What?
I'm
Fuck you
done.
then.
It's not that interesting.
Wow. And yeah, so just real quick, I didn't put this into the news just because like my computer almost died on me while I was putting together show notes, so I had to kind of rush things together. But since we were talking about Borderlands, did you notice that Randy Pitchford mentioned that there were going to be no microtransactions in Borderlands, and
Yes.
apparently there is.
What?
Yeah, he lied.
The
So
fuck?
that's interesting.
Well, I guess what I won't be paying for.
Yeah. So I think what they're saying is like what he meant by no microtransactions was that there's not going to be like pay to win ones. It's not going to be treated as like a free to play game, which it shouldn't because it's a full retail game anyway. But
Right.
but there's still going to be like costumes and cosmetic things and whatnot. So there are going to be microtransactions in there. He phrased it poorly. But
yeah.
you need to be more careful about that kind of shit. It's a very touchy
absolutely.
subject.
Yeah, like, at least to be fair with that, that's always been in Borderlands. Like, as far as the second game, there's plenty of, like, different costume things that you could buy and also unlock as well. So, like, that's technically been there, but yeah, as far as that phrasing, he fucked up.
And that's the problem, too, is, like, people were probably expecting that because they had that in the past and because, like, I know Borderlands 2 had a lot of DLC, like, as far as story-based content that they added. So people were probably going into this just figuring that was going to be a thing. But since he came out and said, oh, hey, that's not going to be a thing, then people, like, changed their mindset and it just made everything fucking worse. He created a problem that wouldn't have even been there before. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah. Like, as long as he would have said that, like, yeah, there's going to be just as much DLC as the second game, then everybody would probably be happy. But since he phrased it like microtransactions, everybody's all pissed off. Everybody fucking hates those, and for good reason.
Yeah. And apparently he's actually just a liar because Troy Baker, I guess he did a character voice in the Telltale game, the
Yes.
Tales from the Borderlands or whatever. And Troy Baker was saying like he wanted to come back for the role and nobody reached out to him about it and they recasted him. And Randy Pitchford was like, oh no, we wanted him to come back and do it, but he declined it.
What?
And then Troy Baker was like, no. Nobody said anything to me. I wanted the role. And they just keep going back and forth, like pretty much saying completely different stories. So what a shit show.
Yeah,
it's kind of an interesting thing.
Randy, what the fuck you doing, man? Like,
Randy needs to get his shit together.
You're normally a cool dude. What the fuck?
He's falling apart.
Oh no, he's unraveling.
But yeah, I just wanted to, since that came up, go over that real quick.
Sure.
My week was okay. It seems like kind of everybody had like either a bad or mediocre week, except for Alec. Alec wins this week.
Yep.
Alec was productive. He watched a fucking million movies.
Well, yeah. It's because I remembered this week. That's why.
Oh, Jazz, I'm just saying because you were like sick and your controller thing didn't work out, and well, no, that goes in a different section.
That's why I didn't bring it up.
You have good update stuff going on, but you had a bad week.
Okay.
Okay.
You're so sad. Don't be sad. But
anyway, your script is great.
Yeah, it's great. It's wonderful. We'll talk about that later. But I've been working a lot, and I just been tired, and I didn't really have a whole lot of time to do all the things that I wanted to do. But I did do my unboxing video for the collector's edition of Days Gone. I did not get a chance to play it though, which kind of sucks. But I've heard like really negative things, which is kind of unfortunate. That was going to be my new game for the week, so I didn't actually get to play anything new. I kind of started something, but it didn't really work. I was playing it for a Let's Play, and the game didn't want to run correctly, so I kind of played something new, but I didn't at the same time. I don't want to say what it was just yet, because I'm still trying to work it out, so it still might be a Let's Play down the road. But other than that, I didn't really get a chance to play anything new. So I'll be playing Days Gone next week, and I might do a Let's Play for that as well. What else did I do? We did the shoosting with Jazz and Diz and Alec. Some Call of Duty.
Yeah.
You did what now?
We did the shoosting.
Oh, yeah.
You played the Saving Private Ryan game.
It's Shoesting. It's rebranded. But yeah, we played a little bit of that, played a little Conan, and that was kind of all that I really had a chance to play this week. I did watch a good amount of stuff. I watched an anime called Panty and Stocking, which is fucking weird.
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
It's super extreme.
Yeah.
All of your hentai shit.
No, it's not actually. It's weird. So it's an anime. It's made in Japan and it is an anime, but it's like the art style is very like American, like Saturday morning cartoon kind of. Well, not Saturday morning cartoon, but like more modern style American animation. Which is a little
like it's
confusing.
not typical anime at all.
Yeah, exactly. Not at all. There's a couple times where that does kind of bleed through, but for the most part, it's very American style. And holy shit, it outdoes even my content in terms of swearing and inappropriate material.
Yeah.
Like holy shit! Like the two main protagonists are referred to as angel hookers in the show.
Fuck yeah, dude.
It's like wow. But yeah, like Panty, she's called Panty because her weapon is her panties. She takes them off every episode and it turns into a gun that she fights monsters with. And
could you repeat that, please?
and like they fight a giant shit monster and sperm monsters and they swear every 2 seconds and Panty has sex with guys like at least once or twice an episode. It's fucking crazy, and I know it sounds like a hentai, but it's not. Like
I think I need to watch this now.
it's pretty amazing. It's only 13 episodes, but yeah, it's definitely worth a watch. And then for the video game movie challenge, I watched technically 4 or 3 and a quarter movies. I watched. Well, first off, I didn't realize that Jazz. You said no CG movies. You kind of said that like in the background when we were talking. So the first movie that I watched was Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within, because it had been a really long time since I'd seen that. You know, that movie got a lot of shit when it came out, and it's not the greatest thing ever or anything, but you know, I appreciate that they were trying to do something different. You know, they kind of broke away from what you would typically expect a Final Fantasy game to be. And, you know, when it came out, it looked incredible, you know? So it was...
Yeah, that much is true.
Yeah, at the time it was insane. Like, nothing looked remotely close to that. But, you know, watching it, it's like it's almost 20 years old, and it still kind of holds up visually. Like, clearly it's going to be dated, but it still looks really, really good.
Yeah.
You know, it didn't do anything groundbreaking story-wise, but, you know, it was entertaining. You know, watching it in 2019, I didn't hate it. So there's that. But it's funny, Jazz. Guess what my other movie was? My second movie. Guess what that was?
Tomb Raider.
Nope.
Then I don't know.
Blood Rain. I fucking knew it.
Oh god.
I fucking knew. I told
both
you.
watched Blood Rain.
The obscure side of my shelves to find that.
I told you. Like I had a feeling it might be a movie that you would watch, and you're like, no
fucking
way.
Shaun would watch this.
So yeah, I watched the first.
It's so fucking funny.
I watched the first 2, and I started the third one. God, those are hot fucking garbage. So the first 2 movies don't even take place in the right century. Like in the games, Blood Rain, and like they wanted to do something completely different with it, and I guess tell her backstory or whatever. I get she's a vampire. She's lived for, you know, centuries, whatever. I get it. But when people go to see the Blood Rain movie, they're looking to experience something similar to the game that they played, and that's not what they fucking did. You know, in the game Blood Rain, she runs around with fucking like mechanical arm blades.
Rain.
Huh?
Her name is Rain.
Whatever, you know what I mean. But anyway, so she's got like 2 mechanical arm blades that like fold up like her arms, and then she can like extend them out and like kill people with them, and she's like shooting automatic weapons and stuff, like it's a whole thing. But you know, this movie doesn't even have guns. You know, like she can't be that character. And her arm blades are just 2 little shitty swords. that she puts on her back and pulls them
Yeah,
out.
that
And
she stole from someone that break.
yeah, that break, and they're just garbage.
And then she gets all like emo about it.
Yeah,
We're
and
my
then
friends.
and then they tease you. You're like, oh, they're gonna replace them, and she's gonna get the real ones. Nope, she gets another shitty pair of the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
And
It's like the director was like, why would I even want to design like an arm blade mechanism when I could just give her shitty so cost way less money?
Right? Yeah, it's either a budget thing or like they tried it and they just couldn't pull it off. But they were probably just being cheap, or they were like, well, since it takes place way in the past, they didn't have that technology, so we can just write around it, or whatever.
What?
Fucking
Yeah,
bullshit.
like, do you like know anything about Uwe Boll, like as a director or as a person?
Yes, he's fucking worthless.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
he gets his country to fund these fucking movies and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he totally made these movies based off of fucking tax loopholes, and he intentionally made them bad so that he'd be able to profit off of them. So it's just like, well, of course he went with the cheap decision. He wanted to make it as shitty as possible. He didn't want to actually make it good.
It's fucked. It's sad though, because the brand suffers because of the shit that he did.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, like her costume is so, and they did the same thing with her costume. Like first they give her like a shitty version of her costume, and then they're like, oh well, here's an updated version of your costume, and then you're like, oh well, maybe this is the real one, the one that doesn't look like shit. Nope, still looks like shit. Little better, but still garbage.
I laughed when at one point when she gets all badass and like ties up her hair. I'm like,
God.
It just looks like the actress forgot to put the wig on.
It does.
Walked out, like,
You know what? That might have been the case.
More than
walked
likely.
out with like super fucking pulled back hair. Like, oh.
It literally looks like shitty cosplay. That's all it is.
Yep.
In fact, I feel like today, like somebody could actually make a better version of that just in their garage.
You know what?
Yeah, you could probably Google that right now and find a better costume.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Do you want to I found this thing online. It's called Bloody Mallory, and it's a French movie, but it basically like it looks like it's making fun of Blood Rain. It's like the same concept where she like has those blades and has like the same outfit and she goes after Nazis, but it's like really cheesy. So I think it's like the French are making fun of it or something. It was really enjoyable.
Ew,
You
yeah.
watch that more than the other one.
The fucking acting in that movie too. Oh, there's scenes. There's death scenes for primary characters who just get like a little poke in the chest. They have just a completely blank face, no acting at all,
exactly
and they just fall over.
Like
No emotion, no pain, just, oh, it's nap time.
His
Oh.
name? The guy who played Bill's brother in Kill Bill. I fucking hate that actor.
Oh,
he,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
He always looks
Michael Madsen.
Michael Madsen, yep.
He always looks like he's about to cry, and he gets like stabbed in the chest, and he just sits there like looking all pouty.
It's so
I think he was
fucking
actually
stupid.
drunk on the set of
I
the movie.
believe that 100%.
Yeah.
Like everything he did, his acting, his death scene, it was just so
Oh,
bad.
whatever. I'm here, I guess.
The highest tier of acting in that movie was Michelle Rodriguez, and they tried to give her like an English accent, but she's so ghetto that she's just like every time she says something, she's like, over there.
Oh god, I didn't think about this until now, but like fucking Michael Madsen in that movie is like How I Play O'Brien.
Wow, what beautiful weather.
Oh,
Now we know what your
look, it's
inspiration
Blood
was. God,
Oh, that fucking death
so
scene,
fucking bad.
I guess I'm gonna die today, whatever.
though.
And it's just funny too, just watching like what's her name? Is it Christina Loken?
Yeah, or like Kristana.
Whatever, yeah, whatever it is. Yeah, her just trying to do like the whatever the fuck she's doing with her combat with the blades and stuff. Like she thinks she looks really cool while she's doing it, but it just looks so
The
bad.
force training. It's like a kid watching the Thriller video and trying to do the fucking move.
She's
watching
trying
the
so
gameplay on
hard to be
TV.
cool, and it's just not working out.
They gave her a stupid accent. I don't understand that.
It's like, if you thought she was bad in the third Terminator movie, wait till you see this
You're
shit.
gonna have a
Yeah,
new
she's still a
appreciation. She's
Yeah.
still a robot.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
They
so
should have put
bad.
that music while she's working.
Somebody needs to make that a video.
What the
Yeah, and then oh god, so the second one is more of the same, but they changed the actress, and they made Rain's outfit even worse somehow.
tassels?
And they made it a western. What? Why? What? So like they missed the mark on the first one, and they get another chance to do it, and they fuck it up even worse. What? How?
Wild West, where it rains and there's a lot of sun. You think that Blood Rain can totally tolerate?
God. And it literally, like I looked it up, it literally has less than half the budget of the first movie.
Oh God.
Yeah. So the first one was like 25 million or whatever, and the second one was 10.
You know, I
What a
like,
fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
have, like,
And it
20
showed.
bucks. $20 could make a better movie.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, seriously. And then, so I started the third one. I didn't have a chance to watch a whole lot of it, but all I can tell you so far is that they just gave up at this point. There's a little bit of enthusiasm across the other two, but that's gone.
They give her the little plastic swords and go like, have fun, go play.
Yeah.
Oh, that was another thing about the first movie. The swords, you could tell that they were either plastic or aluminum. They looked so fucking bad. It was ridiculous. But yeah, so the third movie finally takes place in the right time period and is thematically accurate, right? It's got the fucking Nazis in it finally.
Yes.
We're making progress to what the game used to be. But now Rain doesn't even look like her. Like, she doesn't even have the outfit anymore. Her hair color's not even the same color. She doesn't even have red hair anymore.
What?
But we got the Nazis, guys.
Well, we got the Nazis. It's like we can't do it all.
What everybody wants.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Jesus.
Alec, go watch this Blood Rain movie.
Yeah, go watch them. You'll love them. They're a beautiful train wreck.
Terrible.
So
Yeah,
Watch them over there.
I'm guessing they're based on a video game called Blood Rain or something.
Yes.
Two
one of, like,
really
the best
good
games
games.
ever. Yeah.
Well, one and a half.
what
The
were they
first
on?
one was really
Only-
good. The second one was...
The only good thing to come out of that DVD case is that it came with
a copy of the PC game. Yeah.
The full second
nice.
game for not even the first one, just the second one.
Yeah.
What console was it on?
PS2 and Xbox.
Yeah,
Yeah,
PS2.
I have it for original
Oh, okay.
Xbox.
Yeah, me too.
It's on Steam as
So-
well.
It's gonna be probably like super cheap if I go find it and.
It should be.
okay.
I think you can get it for like $15-20. But
Well,
yeah,
I'm gonna find it difficult to find it for $15-20, considering.
You know what? You can find it
I
for
would
cheap.
send.
Yeah, and I
would
think like
send you a
also
copy,
if
but-
I think also if you can't find a physical copy, like you could also get it on like the PS3 store, or PS4 store, or something like that, maybe
Oh,
too.
yeah, probably. I
I don't know for sure, but
I feel like I've seen it before, but I just never picked it up.
it's cool.
Okay.
Like there's a point in the game where you get into a fucking mech and you get to fucking destroy not Nazi zombies, Nazi vampires. It's great.
right.
It's like you're a half human, half vampire in a mech killing Nazi vampires. I mean, who doesn't love that?
And why the fuck wasn't that in the movie? God damn it.
Exactly. What?
Sean,
What?
don't forget, it's Laura Bailey.
Oh yeah.
She's voicing Rain. She's just like, I keep not hearing it until she's walking across the bridge going, what the
Oh
fuck?
my god!
And
I
I'm
need
like,
to go
hey,
back and play that. It's been so long. I totally forgot that. But yeah, there's
I'm
just
gonna try
there's
to
so
send
much
it.
cool shit in that game. Like you get to fucking like lash yourself. Like she literally jumps onto the zombies and like cradles them while she's like drinking their blood. And while you're doing that, you can like aim and shoot other zombies and stuff. Like it did a lot of like really unique, fun combat things that they haven't even really done in anything else since then. Like it's really a unique game. And it had so much opportunity to make a good movie. And this is what we got. But yeah, definitely go play it. Go buy it.
It is on
Give it some love.
PS Network.
It
I
is
have
on
it on
there?
PS3. I downloaded.
Yeah. They tried to kind of bring it back like 5 or 6 years ago, maybe even longer than that. They had like a Xbox Live Arcade game, but it was like a 2D side scroller, which I mean
It was garbage.
did you play it? I never got a chance to.
Betrayal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was trash.
That sucks.
Alec, it's $10.99 on Steam, and there's a demo of Blood Rain 2 that's free on Steam.
It just
There
makes
you
you
go.
wonder about that. You know,
Well-
it's like they released this game out of the blue. Like, there was no movies coming up. There was no buzz about Blood Rain. They just randomly brought this game up. So you got to think that they brought this up to kind of reinvigorate it, right? Get the brand name out there, get some new fans on board, and see if maybe
Okay,
there's an
now I know what
audience
you're
there to
about.
play it. But like, why would you do this? The game plays nothing like what the fans would expect. You know, you're setting the wrong expectation for what this game is going to be. So even if it did really well and they brought it back and then the new games played like the old games, like, how does that even work? You're just going to dissatisfy everybody.
Yeah.
We're all gonna be fucking pissed off.
Fuck!
Fucking shit.
I will, if I find it cheap on PS2, I will go get it and just play it at some point.
But definitely
Yeah.
watch the movie in the meantime.
Yeah.
For a good laugh.
Build up that excitement.
I might like the movies if I do play the game.
No.
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 There's
Oh,
no
the
chance
movies are
of
bad
that.
for everyone.
But yeah,
Might
if you
come
play
back
it,
to normal.
that'd be cool. You can talk about it on the podcast. It'll be great.
Yeah.
Okay, I take the hint. Fucking talk, you wanker.
Wow. All right, so it's time for some news. Alec,
I really want to get a triangle and just go ding.
wow. But yeah, speaking of video game movies, the Sonic live-action trailer has been released, and it's as much of a
Oh,
disaster as you
God.
probably thought it would
Is
be.
it like a real hedgehog just running around?
That would be better.
He's like fucking like for Cheerios or something.
You know what? I could
God.
respect that. If they put a real hedgehog in there, you know what? I appreciate your creative vision. It would be better than what they did.
And like I mentioned before that I study 3D animation.
Oh,
and I
yeah,
will
you
flat
must
out tell
really
you
hate
that
this.
that is the worst 3D animation I've seen in a big budget movie in years. It's amazing. Like, how did they approve any of that? It's so fucking wretched.
Do they just not care? I mean, why?
Like, I almost think that's what made me sick, is watching that
Yeah,
trailer.
it wasn't
Like,
food
I
poisoning.
had
It
to
was Sonic
vomit because of
poisoning.
yeah, it was Sonic poisoning.
Yeah, so the trailer revealed a lot of concerning things, such as a very strange-looking Sonic with weird human teeth and strange body proportions. And apparently Sonic is now shedding his fur, which for some reason is fucking electrified. What?
Right? Where did that come from?
And then, so Jim Carrey's Dr. Robotnik is more like 90s style wacky Jim Carrey than actual Dr. Robotnik. And he doesn't remotely resemble the part, aside from like a couple second teaser at the end of the trailer. He looks kind of like
at the
Robotnik,
end.
which you
Which
know,
it should look like that throughout the whole movie.
exactly, you know that scene's going to be at the end of the movie for the sequel or whatever. But regardless of how they justify that or whatever, explain it, why does he look like whatever the fuck he is, like some Nazi or something? Like, why does he look like that? Did Dr.
No,
Robotnik
dude.
ever look like that? No.
Mm-mm.
Where did that come from? And like every good video game or cartoon adaptation, we got to throw the fucking military in there. Why is that a thing? You notice that every fucking time.
Because
Transformers
the military
movies,
makes money.
I
America.
guess. I just don't understand that.
I don't either, dude. Nobody understands anything about that trailer, and the internet collectively shit itself when it came out,
Yep.
and the director actually listened, apparently.
Yeah. And there's so many cringy moments in that. Like, Sonic stops time. Rings from the game are being used as teleporters. Like,
Yeah, like
what?
teleporters, like when was that a thing?
Like, you can
Am I
almost...
missing something?
Like, I understand where they were going. Like when you collect the rings in the game, like at the end, if you collect enough rings, you get to teleport into like the bonus stage or whatever. Like, I can appreciate them trying to put in like an Easter egg like that, but that's not how you do it. That is not the way that works.
Well, yeah, especially because like you're trying to bring Sonic into the real world. Like
Exactly.
that's your premise of your movie,
That's the
and
kind of
you got to
shit you want
use
to
real
stay
world
away
logic.
from. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's some things you want to take and some things you want to leave behind, and you need to find out which ones to do what with, and they're not doing that correctly.
Nope.
And of course, you know, the trailer was playing alongside Gangster's Paradise by Coolio. What?
Of all the fucking music choices.
Who thought that was the right choice? How did that fucking come about?
And apparently, like, so many people who did trailer reactions to it got copyright strikes because of the fact that that song was played.
Shit.
It's so stupid.
Maybe that's why they did it. Sabotage.
Yeah, it's like, we can fuck with everybody.
Oh my god. What a fucking mess. But like you were saying, in the spirit of nobody committing to anything anymore and giving in to demands at the drop of a hat, the director responded to the backlash from the trailer via Twitter, and he said, quote, "Thank you for the support and the criticism. The message is loud and clear. ... You aren't happy with the design and you want changes. It's going to happen. Everyone at Paramount and Sega are fully committed to making this character the best he can be. ...
Gotta go fast.
Yeah.
Gotta go fast."
I bet, like, with all the adjustments they're going to do to him, he's only going to look slightly less shitty. Like, it's not going to be, like, an overhaul. Like, you know, as far as, like, how that whole animation pipeline works, like, they've already rendered all this shit out as far as, like, making the shots for the trailer and whatnot.
Yeah.
For them to go the length of, like, actually fully redesigning the character, like,
They
would have to actually, like, re-render the entirety of, like, all the scenes that have him in it. And that would take a shit ton of time.
And money. There's no way they're
Yeah.
gonna fucking do that.
Yeah, like, it's especially not for every single shot. Like, that is ridiculous.
Like they're gonna fix his teeth. They might tweak his eyes a little bit, and they might thicken up his legs. I'm willing to bet that's about the best we're gonna get.
Thick legs.
They're gonna make him thick.
Extra thick.
They should just cast Will Smith.
Oh god, I mean they're both blue.
Yeah, I'm blue
The
now.
master of the blue character.
Getting
So, I just, while you guys were talking, I just watched the trailer and I'm just like,
Oh, no.
I'm sorry. Why would you do that to yourself?
Did you absolutely fucking love it?
I mean, were you jamming out to that music?
Yeah.
yeah, I was feeling it. I don't know how that. Yeah. But the first thing I noticed is like he's furry, and I'm thinking Detective Pikachu. Pikachu's fucking furry. I'm like, is that all the things they're gonna do into video game characters? Just make them furry? In a
What a fucking idiotic thing to do on Sega's behalf or Paramount's behalf. Oh yeah, so Detective Pikachu's coming out. Let's release alongside that.
Yeah.
Mhm. Right. That's a smart decision.
Could there be a worse time to release your movie? Oh my
But we
God.
gotta compete in Sonic versus Pikachu. Smash
Good
Brothers,
luck with
dude.
that.
I mean, Nintendo owns Sega now, so why are they competing against each other?
I mean,
Why?
they partnered with Smash Brothers, but that's about it.
Yeah, it wasn't a
Nintendo's not
buyout.
going to be Nintendo's not going to be supporting this piece of garbage. That's for sure.
You
You won't see a Mario cameo in Sonic.
Yeah,
It might
freaking
do,
like
make my sense.
But yeah,
freaking cameo by the goddamn original Mario Brothers.
that would be amazing.
Yeah,
The redemption
fucking,
of the movie right there.
what's his name? The one who played Luigi, because John Leguizamo,
Yeah.
like he just shows up as Luigi. Because unfortunately, Bob Hoskins isn't alive anymore. But like,
they could use CG. It's fine.
yeah, seriously, right?
But yeah,
Fucking
what
crazy,
a
man.
time we live in, you know.
Yeah, we get the shittiest Sonic movie ever. What a time we live in. Life is fucking good.
But yeah,
Perhaps
so
rename it to Sonic 2006.
oh god,
God,
Yeah, I've heard
the
there-
prospect of even Sonic 2006 being better than that movie is horrifying to me.
yeah, I've heard there's a lot of connections between that game and the movie as well. Like the robots that Sonic's fighting, I guess, are similar to that game. I never played it, so I don't
no.
really know. I
I
dodged
played
that
only
bullet.
little bits and pieces.
But yeah, not a good thing to pull anything from.
No.
But yeah, so next we've got some more good news. Days
Yay.
Gone is yet another victim of the release it broken and fix it later mentality.
Oh, fucking A. What now?
So the title has received a patch nearly every single day since its launch. Needless to say, the game is very buggy with audio popping in and out, frame rate issues, enemies spawning out of nowhere directly on top of you, graphical pop-ups, auto-save problems, and more. So some of the patches have even further broken the game, requiring more patches to fix the problems that they created with previous patches. So it's kind of a shit show.
That sucks too, because like I have seen like plenty of promo material on that game, and like it looks good. Like,
I'm excited for it, but I'm just afraid.
Well, right, like you got the broken version.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And the problem too, like as a collector, like I've talked about this before, even though it's on disc, all these patches, all these things that they're fixing, like they're not on the disc. So the physical version that they released is a broken version. There's no way of fixing that. So it's
like you put the disc in, and then you just have to wait like 5 hours to download all the patches that they released for it.
Yeah, and
that's gonna be a fun time playing this game. Check out the Let's Play, guys.
Exactly. That's another pain in the ass. It just sucks. I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I agree.
This problem just keeps getting worse and worse. BioWare is also dealing with this problem. They released Anthem buggy and broken to the point where they've delayed all updates and additional content indefinitely until they can get things caught up and fixed.
I'm not even going to touch Anthem with a 10-foot pole.
BioWare's been
about 11 pole.
BioWare's been so wrapped up fixing the game that the community has gotten concerned that the game's being abandoned and that it's dead.
Yeah.
So BioWare had to make a statement that they are still working on the game and supporting Anthem, and that they, quote, still believe in Anthem. What a fucking mess. You should never release a game so broken to the point where you have to say shit like that and delay content. Especially on a games as a service game where like you're expected to release events and updates and DLC and all these things, and you're not going to do any of that because it's so fucking busted. Come on.
Yeah, and on top of that, there was an article that came out, I want to say like a good like maybe 3 weeks or a month ago, that was talking about, because a lot of people assume that like, oh, it's EA's fault that Anthem came out all buggy and shit and that's terrible, but it actually turns out that like just as far as like the whole development process of that game, like they just spent way too much time just dicking around on aspects of the game that weren't like important, and they just couldn't make up their minds on what they wanted the game to be. Like as far as like the whole aspect of just like flying around in the game, they had so much back and forth on that in the development cycle that like for a while they would have like, oh, we got jumping in the game, but like no flying, so we just got to design the levels to just have high jumping. But then it's just like, oh, we actually want the flying back, put the flying back, and it's just like, well, fuck, we have to redesign the levels again. So it was just a bunch of shitty back and forth like that, among other things.
Yeah, it sounds like it should have just been either like put on hold until they got their shit together, or just canceled, especially after all the shit that they went through with Mass Effect Andromeda. Like, this game needed to fucking deliver and be quality and be ready out the door, and it was worse. Like, they actually went backwards.
Absolutely. That's fucking terrible.
Bad.
Feels bad, man.
Yeah, and that's just the fucking mentality. And what bothers me too, like I've mentioned this before, but like this is a thing because we allow it to be a thing. Like, we're just okay with this. It's like, oh, well, that's just how games are in 2019. They release broken and they fix it later. We find things, we complain, and they fix it, and that's okay. That's so fucked up. Like, especially it really in today's day and age where we're fucking so vocal about complaining about stupid shit like Sonic. Sonic looks fucking stupid, and then they go and they change that, because we're vocal enough about it. But with something as detrimental to the industry as like releasing broken games, why are we not being vocal about that? Like, wouldn't that be an important thing to speak up about, to have them focus on and fix that and make that not a thing? I'd rather have a shitty Sonic movie and have them fix the fucking game industry than the other way. It's just, I don't understand why we're focusing on the stupid little shit when there's bigger issues like that. It's just dumb.
Yeah, like I do think, like, as consumers, and just like as far as the whole like YouTube culture around like game reviewers and stuff like that, like that voice is loud and clear as far as the idea of like these people are releasing shitty games that need to be patched to fuck because they're just rushing them out the door. And like that word of mouth is at least getting out. But as far as like the industry reacting to it, like they're just not, because one of the main reasons, I think, this is just kind of a theory, but it's just the idea that like they still are able to just kind of get away with it because they still pretty much make their money back when they release these shitty games, because most of the people think that it's just like, well, it's going to be good because it's already in a trusted franchise, especially like Assassin's Creed. Pretty good example was like they had like that Assassin's Creed Unity that came out and it's absolute broken mess, but people bought it because Black Flag was so good.
Yeah,
they expected this one to be good too, but no, they rushed it out the door. So like we've just kind of like spoken with our wallet and just kind of let them get away with it that way. And like perhaps the main way that we would be able to really put a stop to that is if we all collectively would just like stop buying like brand new games that are very clearly just like buggy as fuck, and then that would open their eyes to them not releasing games like this. But unfortunately that's just kind of the state we're in, and it's going to just take a long time for them to either like course correct, or like they might not even do that, who knows. Like it definitely doesn't seem like it's getting any better, as you're kind of pointing out with Days Gone.
Yeah, it's just, and that does make sense that, we are speaking with our wallets, whether we're thinking about it that way or not. They are seeing the money, so they do believe that they can get away with it. But at the same time, it's like, you take money out of it and you look at like just the complaint aspect of it, where people are bitching and complaining about certain things, like I don't know if you knew about the Spider-Man outfit thing, where Sam Raimi's outfit wasn't in there and they complained about that. They put that in there, and then like Sonic,
I kind of heard about that.
Sonic looks like shit. They're fixing that. Yeah. And then go back to Assassin's Creed, where like they were complaining about the direction that the story ended up going, because you could have your character be gay, and then they made you have a baby, and people flipped out about that, and then they changed the story to accommodate that.
There's always something,
so
man.
Like the companies are listening to these people that are speaking out, like to the point where they're investing time and money to fix these things. So why aren't they doing that with like the releasing broken games and things like that? Like I feel like we're just not being vocal enough about those specific things, because whatever, we're not passionate enough about that, or there's not enough people speaking up about those things. It just seems like we're focusing on the wrong thing to complain about, because clearly we've proven that if we're vocal enough about a thing, they're going to listen, because they probably feel like they have to, because they're going to get blown up on the internet. Eventually sales are going to go down. They're going to look like a shitty company. They have to do something to accommodate the audience. But when it comes to fucking, we're releasing broken games, they're just silent. What?
Yeah, man, I don't get that shit either.
It's some weird bullshit going on, and I don't like it.
It's bullshit.
But yeah, I had more news, but couple things were running a little bit long, and I didn't get to flesh out my notes the way that I wanted to because my computer's imploding. But so we'll have to move on. Does anybody else have any other news items they wanted to talk about before we move on?
Nope.
I'd like to know why the May free games on PlayStation aren't out yet.
Oh, I heard what they are. Overcooked and what was the other one?
Fucking Metal Gear Online, Metal Gear Survive. Isn't it?
No, fuck. It's an indie game. What the fuck is it?
Seriously?
Yeah. Oh, Edith Finch. What the fuck is that called? I'm spacing what the name is. Let me look it up real quick.
Just so dumb.
You got me. I don't know anything about this story.
What Remains of Edith Finch. That and Overcooked. Those are the two free games.
Don't all rush to go download it, guys.
Yeah, better hurry up.
Get them before they're gone.
Oh, I see. You're just spotlighting that they're free right now.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah, the free games with PS Plus.
Yeah. Very convenient. Yeah, my best friend takes advantage of those all the time.
Yeah, it seems kind of shitty because they're both indie games, but I mean, at least they're popular ones. They're games that people have been talking about for quite a while, so they're really popular and supposedly really good. But it'd be nice to see something a little bit more valuable, you know?
Well, you can still get Conan Exiles.
Oh boy.
Conan.
Am I still shitting on your face, by the way, Sean?
Excuse me?
What? The
On Conan.
I don't know. You would know better than me.
Is that one of these random doodles you put in the chat?
I don't know. Me and Jazz were playing it, and I was just like, I want to try and get the character to shit on
Were
Shaun's
you guys defiling my
face.
sleeping body while I'm not in the
Yep.
game?
I made you a pillow. Alec is still sleeping halfway on a mountain.
Wow, good. Where you belong, you fuck.
We even went over to your body and stole some shit.
This is how we show her appreciation, by
I'm so
giving you a nice
abused.
Cleveland steamer on your face.
Get him, he's British.
Wow.
I'm sorry, I can't help it.
Hey,
What?
hey,
It was
Jazz.
an important news item.
Hey, Jazz.
Hello.
Hey, did you have any thoughts this week?
Yes. Many.
Uh,
I have to single one out though.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Okay, I can single two out, but one of them wasn't really a thought. It was more of a question. I don't remember how it came about, but then I said we were talking about Alex's accent and like British people, and then
Yeah, that was hilarious.
I straight up was like,
LOL.
if everybody where you live has an accent, does that mean like we have an accent when you hear us talk?
Yeah, like I was actually talking to him before the podcast, and he pretty much did say exactly that, where it's
Yeah.
just like, yeah, well, I'm from California, and I don't really feel like I have an accent, but he's just like, well, actually, you kind of do, because we don't sound like that over here, so.
It's all about perspective.
Exactly.
We don't like foreigners around here.
Wow, round these
my
parts.
Sweetest
What are you talking
Just go
about?
back
Foreigners
where
are
you
great.
came from.
little old sweetest mate.
Hello.
But
I think I'm going to make my own accent where it's just basically Credence and everyone just goes around going,
Is that an accent though?
Sweetest accent where nobody talks. They just but if you want an actual retarded thought, this came this morning when I was playing Call of Duty, well, World War II. Sorry, Shoosting
There you
for,
go.
for you more informed people.
Shoosting.
So as you know, as I've told you, I'm learning German. So I get excited
It's
when
Germine.
so yeah. So I get excited when patients come in and they're super like German and they have like an accent, or like they'll come in and they'll say like, "Oh, that's good" instead of good, and I'm like, "Oh my god, they're German," and I get excited. So I was playing Call of Duty, and somebody threw a grenade and like an AI and yelled like "Granat" or whatever, and I was like excited for like a moment because I was like, "Oh my god, they're speaking German." Then I went, "Nope, these are Nazis." I'm playing a goddamn World War II game. Of course they're speaking German.
These Germans are bad.
Yeah, instantly was like not excited.
Oh,
Yeah.
We're done. But it was just for that single moment where I was like, oh my god, they're German in this game. Yeah.
And they weren't Nazi vampires. They're just regular Nazis. Damn it.
They're the worst kind.
Wow. They have no excuse.
Mm-hmm.
But that was kind of my retarded moment of the week / retarded thought.
Oh boy.
Nazis are German?
Is that a regular segment on this show? Retarded moment of the week.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I started last week.
Yeah.
Well, there's also there's a partial where I was trying to write retarded on my notes for like retarded thought of the week. And I wrote it like TARDED. And I'm like, no, it's a T. It's retarded. And I'm like, no, it's not a retard.
Retard.
So
Yeah, it's giving you a nice tart flavor.
it was just a retarded moment about the word retarded.
Yeah, well, there you go. Retardception. Wow.
Oh, no.
Rabbit.
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 I thought you said rub it. I was like, Alec, it's inappropriate.
He's a frog.
Everything
Hashtag
about this podcast
demonetized.
is inappropriate.
It's true. He's
Yeah.
HR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually
already-
forgot about that, but yeah.
Wow.
we already talked about shitting on Sean's face too. So.
I'd like to speak to HR, please.
Yeah. They keep
Yes?
shitting on me.
If you
Like,
want to shit on
literally.
Sean's face, just make him watch the Aladdin movie.
Every time I go to
Yeah.
work, they shit on me.
Man.
God.
And like everybody was shitting on the Aladdin trailer too, and like I didn't honestly think it was like the worst thing ever, like everybody else was saying. But at least with Sonic, I could definitely agree that's one of the worst things ever.
I wasn't too impressed with Aladdin, which makes me sad because I love Aladdin.
Yeah, the original movie is great.
Well, just think in 20 years' time, the other Aladdin's going to be turned into a cartoon version. It'll be a new cartoon.
Yep.
Yeah.
You crack the code.
No, it'll be stop motion.
It's gonna make a comeback?
Yep, it's coming back.
Oh shit.
But you know what's really dumb is that they're making live action Disney movies, and then they show you like the Lion King, and I'm like, do they have real fucking lions eating people? Because that's not gonna be live action. That's gonna be CG.
Well, yeah, you're totally right. Like the terminology actually doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah,
It's CG action.
Yeah, exactly.
I want like Underworld where they had somebody in a werewolf suit jumping on the walls with cables. I don't want CG garbage. I want like real actual people in suits with like animatronic masks.
Hell
That
yeah.
shit was amazing.
How are they going to do a real life version of Fantasia? Are they just going to get some opera
They're gonna get
person
a
in
real
Mickey Mouse
magician.
costume?
They hired real flowers to dance around.
Exactly.
The fucking like alligators just eat all the hippos.
Yeah.
They're like, wow, my actors are just assholes. To each other.
Fantasia, rated R.
Will Smith, get in there.
Will Smith
Yeah,
as
That's
Mickey
what the
Mouse.
theme's gonna look like.
Why won't the brooms dance? Alec,
Yes,
did you have a question you'd like to ask the audience?
I have various questions. Is it
Did you just
game
say
time?
you have various question?
Yes,
You
various.
sure did.
Sweet. Those are my favorite kinds.
The British don't need to pluralize everything like we do.
Right, so Austin, I think we kind of talked about it earlier in the chat, but basically I asked everyone a gaming question and a different question. And then after everyone's answered 2 questions, I asked one more question that everyone can try to answer.
Mm.
And then
Okay.
everybody tries to kill themselves.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Okay, so I think we shall start.
Newbie
Live.
first. Newbie first. Newbie
Stakes are high.
Okay, so,
Well, trial by fire, huh?
yeah, where's my pen?
I didn't know I was gonna become a dead body today.
Yeah. Okay, so, Austin, your question is, what can be broken but never held?
Is that a video game question?
Oh.
That's just a straight up riddle.
We get
Say it one more time.
What can be broken but never held?
Digital games.
That's a really good one. Oh shit! I am absolutely terrible at riddles. So
I am too. Yes, we have another.
I do not expect to get this.
Have a guess.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a good one.
the scapegoat answer is
Knowledge.
Is that your answer?
No.
Oh, I know what it is. Ah, you were so close.
I'm
still
trying to
have
think of
time.
like I'm trying to think of an esoteric concept like that. I'm gonna say like love or your heart or something.
Right, you are incorrect.
Yeah, man,
Is
not
it
that.
pride?
Sean, what
the
is
heart.
the answer? If you think you know what the answer is.
I
Is
know you
Is
guys.
it pride?
You said pride?
Mm-hmm.
No. Jazz, do you want to give a stab at it?
Water.
What can be broken?
Water.
Water. Yeah,
Okay,
It
so
really
the
is
answer... Well, I guess.
Wind.
Yeah.
It's wind. It's wind.
Oh, that breaking wind.
It's a fart joke. It's wind.
No, right, the answer is a promise.
Oh,
Hold a
I
promise.
should have known that.
Right, okay, so no one
That's
gets
a
a
good
point
one.
there.
I think wind is also good because it's a
Yeah.
Okay. Jazz, do you want a question?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. What word would you use to describe a man who does not have all his fingers on one hand?
A dick.
What?
A man who doesn't have all it. What? Say that again.
Say it again. What word would you use to describe a man who does not have all his fingers on one hand?
Human.
Yeah, pretty close.
Some fingers on his other fucking hand. Is
Do you know what? I'm going to give you a point, because that's pretty much it.
it
Oh,
mad?
So, the answer is normal, because usually people have half their fingers on one hand.
Yeah, like I was
God
thinking it was
damn
along
it.
that line.
What was Sean thinking?
I wasn't even close.
I'm gonna call him Shaun.
Wow.
You're normal. What the fuck?
That's you
For
don't.
once,
You,
that was not a
normally
bad
you
thing,
tell me
just
the
implied it
opposite.
Yeah,
Just implied it.
yeah, that's
Okay.
a good fucky one.
Yeah, that one was fucking assholery right there.
Wasn't a
Yeah.
funny joke, though.
That's why riddles are fun, though.
The rest of his fingers are.
Riddles are fun because they make you feel dumb.
They make you feel like an asshole.
Yeah. Fuck.
Okay, so Sean, your
Speaking of
your
asshole.
question. What is... No, I won't ask that one. Scrap.
What?
Um,
A duck.
What?
A goat. A bus.
Is
No.
it?
Okay. If a plane crashes on the border between the United States and Canada, where would you bury the survivors?
Africa.
If a plane crashes on the border between the United States and Canada, where would you bury the survivors?
I feel like Jazz knows this.
Yeah, I do. Why? Because it's got Canada in it, you racist.
No, because you're fucking laughing like a fucking crazy
oh,
person.
yeah, because I'm Canadian.
Fuck.
Do you bury it in fuck?
Yeah.
Fuck
You
knows.
bury it in your ass. You bury it on the border of your ass and your dick. I
Oh no. In Taintville.
yeah, in Taintville. Is Taintville the answer?
Strangely, no.
Damn it! I was so sure.
Right, what's your answer? What's your actual answer?
I
Come on.
really don't fucking the border. I don't know.
Right. Does anyone else want to give it a stab?
Yes. Well, I would give it many stabs.
Well, I'll go ahead and go first because you seem pretty confident. I'm
Okay.
gonna say in a graveyard.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
You're wrong.
Yours was good. That sounded legit.
I was trying to be clever.
Jazz, your answer.
I can give you two answers. I can give you my answer, which is where the fuck I want. And the right answer is they're survivors, so you're not burying shit.
Yeah, that's it. You got another point. Well done.
Yeah.
Right.
I knew there was definitely some fuckery in the wording going on there.
You just broke Sean.
You got to listen to the end of the question because I said, "Where would you bury the survivors?"
God damn it.
Dude,
John,
shit like that
totally
gets me
went
too, and
over
I
my
feel
head.
so fucking stupid.
I'd just be like, what survivors?
Okay, now it's gaming.
Alec, I hate
gaming related
That
question.
was a game
All right, way
That
easier.
was a Conan question right there.
Wow.
Yeah, that was like the first sequence of Call of Duty.
I kill him and eat him.
Oh,
Plane
shit,
crash
well,
with all survivors.
You don't bury
Okay,
them,
Austin.
you eat them.
Austin.
Yeah.
In the video game series Worms, which movie gives reference to the Holy Hand grenade?
That's Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Yep.
I actually watched that recently, and The Life of Brian, and they're still hilarious.
Going easy on the newbie, I see, Mr. Alec.
It does really depend if you've kind of seen things
Yeah,
like if
that's
And
fair.
then Sean, like, in which rotation was the Earth? And like,
Yeah, what's the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow, Sean?
How
Is it an
many
apple
atoms
swallow?
are in?
so.
how many atoms are in RCS?
Okay, Sean. How about an actual gaming question then?
I'm afraid.
Okay, so this is the thing. I'm not allowed to switch the topic for you until you get one fucking Resident Evil question.
Wow.
What's Leon's middle name?
Yeah, he's
Shit.
gotta know.
Okay. In Resident Evil Remake,
Get
when you obtain all the weapons and load the grenade launcher with all shell types, what is the name of the trophy/achievement?
Oh my god.
You son of a
Ooh.
bitch.
Do 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 do.
Fuck.
Like, I feel like I know it, but I also don't feel like I know it.
It's your
You're
race.
asking me something that I looked at like twice in my life.
But you got all the trophies and
I
achievements
got
for
them,
it.
but I'm more concerned about what I need to do to make it happen than the name.
Well, yeah, like, I'm kind of like that, too.
Like, even when I look it up, I don't put the name of the trophy or achievement in the search. I put what I need to do, like what I'm trying to accomplish. So it's like,
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you a bit of a clue because I'm feeling generous. So, what would you say a bunch of weapons is?
Arsenal?
What is your... That's okay, so you got that word. So now think Resident Evil. Arsenal. What's the name of their team?
Starsenal?
That's it!
Oh shit! Yay!
Yay! I mean, you totally let him into it, but...
Yeah, I just want to ask him more questions. So it's something else other than
God
fucking
damn.
Resident Evil remake.
Yeah, fair enough.
I know.
Yeah, like, I was gonna guess full Arsenal, but that would have been wrong, so...
Okay, so Jazz.
Mm.
It's not a Tomb Raider question.
In Tomb Raider 2,
How many
In
ducks
Resident
do you
Evil
kill?
Code Veronica X. In Resident Evil Code Veronica. Resident Evil Code Veronica X. What is Claire's identification number?
WKD 4496.
Wow.
Are you a savant?
Who are
Is
you?
she right?
WKD 4496. See,
You are absolutely correct.
I know
Holy
because
shit.
it was my password for the longest time. Plus, it's like, where's Craft Winner?
Yeah, I've
See,
only
wow.
played Code Veronica once, so I would not have known that.
That's intense. I would not have got that.
Right.
Do you want Steve's? Do you want Steve's?
And you call
Jesus.
yourself a Resident Evil mission.
I
Right?
was like-
Maybe I need to
cosplay-
sell my Resident Evil collection.
Yeah, they just need to fuck off the internet.
This is the first
Okay.
cutscene, though, to be honest.
So, there's no denying it. Jazz has won this thing. But let's just ask the last question anyway. So, anyone can answer this. Alright?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. How could a man go outside in the pouring rain without protection and not have
His
a
dog.
hair on his... Yeah, alright, fine.
Wait, I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Okay, so the question was, how could a man go outside in the pouring rain without protection and not have a hair on his head get a single bit wet?
What, he's like bald?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jazz just ruined it.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
alright.
My game is over. It's
This is all
ruined.
we do. This is
It's
all
all
we do.
been
Oh,
ruined.
you mean you're not gonna ask riddles anymore? Damn, I ruined the game.
You
Yeah.
broke it.
You're welcome, Sean.
I have to ruin
Thank
your
you.
game.
Alec.
I mean, I'll just put more of a positive spin on it and just say you're amazing, so how about that?
I'm gonna go the
Alec.
opposite direction and say fuck you.
Alec, I have a question and a request from you.
Okay.
One, ask me more Code Veronica
Oh,
questions.
is it a
because-
question?
Is the request? No, it's two different ones. I need him to ask me more Code Veronica questions because I want to be tested on that.
Okay.
I appreciate Sean's wordplay right there.
Yeah, I get a point.
Also, I planned out a question for you because you ask us questions all the time.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck.
Okay, in Metal Gear Solid 3, what
Mhm.
year is it set in?
1964.
Fuck.
Nice.
I literally just googled the first thing I could think of for Metal Gear Solid.
That was a good question.
Wow.
Damn it.
Metal
plan
Gear.
What's the weather
backfired.
like?
When he jumps out of the plane, it is sunrise.
Next week it'll be like, on the midnight release of Halo 5, how many people were in line?
Far too many gigs.
How many times has Revolver Ocelot actually flipped his gun around? Gotta be such a bullshit question.
A lot.
Well,
Awesome.
yeah, it's like, who the fuck would count that?
I could probably count it if I sit down and watch it. I would knowing me, I'm just sad enough to try and answer that one.
But like in the moment of like a trivia question, you wouldn't fucking think to have studied that.
So I feel good because I've had this for a couple of weeks now. They're like, "Oh, I'm gonna quiz you, Alec," and then so I get quizzes and I get it straight away.
Yeah, those are good.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'll give you some really fucking tough ones next time.
You know what, Alec? I got one for you.
Got him.
Give me 3 times Metal Gear Solid has crossed over with another franchise.
Oh.
Okay, so Brawl, International Super Soccer, and Ape Escape.
You motherfucker.
Nice. Well, there's also one more, right?
There's actually several more. I didn't even know some of those.
Oh, there you go.
I didn't know the soccer one.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, there's also PlayStation All Stars on
He's
top
British. All they do is soccer.
Yeah, there's the Ape Escape one. There's
even though
Monster
it's
Hunter.
called even though in the
Football.
UK it's called football. So.
Colonel. It's a bunch of monkeys.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh God.
oh, you're so
They're throwing
hard.
shit everywhere.
You're an asshole, Alec.
Fuck you.
You're fucking up my day.
And it was the best podcast ever.
Oh,
Right,
man.
I think it's someone else's turn to play a game.
We have
Hey,
time.
Jazz, ask me some more questions and I'm going to get wrong.
Oh, great.
Great idea.
So once again, I didn't give like anybody a specific line in this one. I kind of
Okay.
just wrote them out as I grabbed them. So I'm thinking the order is going to be completely random. So who wants to go? Oh wait, we should probably explain what we're doing.
Yeah, that'd be good.
So I believe we decided on the name. When the fuck is that for?
No, I
The
thought
hell
it
is making that sound?
Yeah, I thought it
wasn't
was that.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it was what's that hell's making
What's
that
that
quote?
hell? Yeah. Get it right.
Right. I couldn't remember.
Get a point for that.
No,
No.
fuck you.
No,
You
no
lose
points
10 points. Every time you're right, you lose 10 points.
Oh fuck! So I'm just gonna give all the wrong answers.
Damn it.
So, the game is what's that hell's making that quote now, and it's where everybody gets a quote from one of S.D. Perry's Resident Evil novels, the ones only based on actual games. This started off to see how not like the games the books are. I just dropped my notes. I can't reach them.
Man
Oh
down.
boy.
Person down.
The game is canceled on the count of I don't exercise. Okay, so
This challenge does sound fun though.
everybody gets a quote from a different book, and you have to answer which book it's from. If you're right, you get 5 points. If you're wrong, you lose 5 points. You can go in negative, so just because you're new doesn't mean you can't lose. Ask everybody else.
Well, the
So-
problem is I don't really know the titles of any of the books, so I'm fucked.
Oh no, it's just
None
like
of us do.
Which game? Like I'm gonna go by the books that are written based on the games. So you just have
Yeah.
to tell me which game it's from. So there's
Okay, gotcha.
0, 1, 0.
Like just all the core stuff, right?
Yeah, like just like 1, 2, 3, Code Veronica, and 0. That's
Yeah,
it.
gotcha. All right.
No, so if you hear like you're like Resident Evil 4, I'm just gonna take away 20 points.
Wow. And you're removed
yeah.
as a friend.
So and if you don't
Ouch.
want to risk answering like wrong or whatever, if you don't want to take the risk, you can pass it on. So like Sam asking you can pass it to Shaun or Alec. Now
Got
in
it.
turn, Shaun or Alec does not answer which game it's from. They answer who said the line, and if they're right, you both get 3 points. If they're wrong, you both lose 3 points.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Let's fucking do it.
Yeah, let's fucking do it. So, who wants to go first? You want to go first?
I'll take it.
Nobody goes first. Okay. So, let me just pick one for you here. First one at the top, I guess, works. So, here's your quote. You ready? And you also get 30 seconds to answer it, but we tend to... I tend not to count half the time.
Yeah, fair enough.
On the count of I don't want to count.
All right.
Alright, so here's your quote. So, what's in there? You got a picture of your boyfriend or what? And you may rehear the quote once if you need it. You got 25 seconds.
Just do it one more time.
So what's in there? You got a picture of your boyfriend or what?
I've
I'm
narrowed
gonna
it down
guess
to 2.
Resident Evil 2.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. Because I feel like that's in like reference to Ada, right?
No,
No.
it's actually Claire being a dick to Sherry about the
Oh, it's
locket.
Claire. Okay.
And that's how completely away from the games this goes.
Yeah, that was not what I was gonna guess at all.
I was gonna go with Steve.
Yeah, that's
Like,
what I
favorite
thought
one.
first. I was like,
Yeah.
am I holding the right book? And I was like, oh no.
Well, it seemed like it was at least directed at a girl, and like
Yeah.
as far as like all the relationship drama stuff, I felt like that was mostly going to be in Resident Evil 2. So that's why I guess.
I could have been a dick and read it in the Steve voice. That would have
Yeah. That picture your boyfriend or what?
been
Clear.
Clear. I'm Canadian, eh?
Wow.
So that means you're winning now.
Yeah, Austin gets 5 points.
Woohoo!
Him tied with Cody.
Oh, yeah, that's smart.
So, and he gets to choose who goes next.
Let's do Shaun.
Oh.
Get
It's
right.
not.
See, I knew you'd
Shaun.
fit right in.
Yeah, damn right.
You should turn for Shaun. So,
I wanted to
You
go
ready, Shaun?
Thorth.
you want to go? Too bad. The fourth isn't here.
No, Thorth.
Oh, Thorth.
I have the power, Leon.
You're gonna go 11th.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, Shaun, are you ready?
Yes.
Just clench your butt real quick.
I'm gonna.
So here's your quote. A monster did it, believe it or not. So what's your story? Kill anything interesting lately?
Code Veronica?
No.
Fuck!
Resident Evil 3.
3?
Mm.
God damn
Carlos.
it.
Oh, Carlos says it.
Talking to Nikolai, being a dick.
Rip.
Nikolai.
That seemed like some
Nikolai.
shitty shit with Steve.
Doesn't
It did kind of seem like Steve.
Apparently I don't have a
All the lines are Steve, but they just been written all
Steve's
over
an
the
asshole.
other game. That's what the author did.
He was an alcoholic. Which leads us to Alec.
Who's also an alcoholic.
Alcoholic.
Oh! Nailed it.
So, Alec,
Yes.
are you ready?
No, I need more alcohol first because I'm an alcoholic.
Well, that's unfortunate. Here comes your quote.
Damn.
Bollocks.
Ready or not? Fuck off. Okay. So. Well, forget it. I'm taking care of you now. And I say you stay still.
I'm gonna say Resident Evil 2
Fuck.
with Leon
Nope.
talking to Ada.
With the wrench in the library.
It is Resident Evil 2, though.
Okay.
You got that right.
Who is it this time?
It's Sherry. So
What's all these Sherry lines?
Sherry
here?
gonna do?
What are you doing over there?
Claire apparently got her shit thrown around by Mr. X, so her legs all fucked up. Actually, in Leon's words, it's ripped to shit. So, like, he's like, you take care of Claire, and he leaves, and then Sherry's like, no, sit the fuck back down.
Wait, are these books based on the originals or the remakes?
The originals.
Yeah. That makes even less sense.
Yep, but that spawned the term "rip to shit" in
Yeah.
the friends group. And I can. So yeah, Alec gets 5. Austin
Yay!
gets 5.
We're tied.
Sean loses 5.
No.
John gets
But-
wrecked.
But because Shayla's little old poop head and didn't show up, I have an extra quote.
Oh,
Do you
no.
guys want me to just say
For the
it and then
tiebreaker.
free for all?
Yeah, I'm down with that.
it.
Everybody can answer.
And then we can
and-
super tie.
Everybody who's right gets 5 points.
Okay. Sean, you say 1. Austin, you say 2. I say 3.
Oh, you guys can answer the same thing. It doesn't matter. It's just like it's one of those like more than one person can be right.
Oh, I know.
Mm.
I was just
7.
taking
Sean can
piss.
still be wrong.
What? And he probably will be.
Resident Evil 8.
Let's do it.
Sonic.
Here's the quote. Don't worry. I got it this time. You get the next one, okay?
The first
That's
one?
not hard.
Resident Evil 1?
That's Sean's
Silly.
answer.
I'm gonna say 3.
Austin
0.
says 3. You say 0?
Yeah.
All you fucks is wrong.
Wow.
It's Resident Evil 2 again.
No, it's Code Veronica.
Okay,
Fucking
fine.
A.
We all die.
Fucking Steve.
No, it's actually Claire.
Well, fuck her as well, then.
Fucking
When
Steve
they're-
anyways.
When they're
That could have
fighting-
been anybody.
Yeah.
When they're fighting Alfred and Alexia's dad, like the Nosferatu, Steve gets thrown off the building and Claire has to kill it herself.
It's
So
just
Steve's all emo about it. He's like, who's gonna kill you?
Yeah.
And she's like, I got it this time, okay?
Mhm.
It's just it reminds me of a line at the end of the first Resident Evil when they're in the hall, like before they go up to the roof.
It's up to us
With-
to stop Umbrella. Bam, bam, bam.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
that
well.
line would also like
That
fit
one,
right
right?
in with Resident Evil 4 also.
Yeah, it would fit into
That's the one you
several
meant?
of them, which fucking balls.
Yeah, exactly. It could have been any of them, really.
A lot of these will fit into like most of them. It's just
Which-
Yeah,
that's
sure.
that's what makes it hard.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's a bitch.
Alright, so now this game can
How could it come to
it's gone
this?
now. It's gone now.
What's gone?
It can't hurt you anymore. The paper's gone.
It can
Yeah.
still it still hurts. It lingers.
I have to remember who lost how many points because I don't have a pen right now.
I gained 5 points.
No.
You lost 10?
Fuck.
Like pretty much both Alk and I gained 5 points, and then we subsequently lost those 5 points.
So-
So we pretty much all lose.
So Shaun lost 10 points, and that's it.
Yeah, Sean just got fucked the whole time.
So I'm only going to take 5 out, though. Because I can.
Ding.
Yeah.
I like how the rules change every time I play this game.
Sean
never-
he hit minus 20. He automatically.
I get a handicap. Fucking
And good
hell.
news, since nobody wins, we all die. Yay!
Yay!
Woo!
At the end of the game, everyone gets shot. Didn't I mention that?
Well, I'm the merchant, so I'll just come back.
Fuck, you're right.
Oh, hell no.
I think there's just a pop up that appears that's like, do you want to turn on assisted mode?
Wow. That shitty insulting screen.
So
Hey,
funny.
you're trash at this game. Would you like to play on easy, bitch?
I've definitely gotten that a couple times.
Me, I was like, yes.
I violently say no.
It's
And then
like
I
you're
die
you're
more.
lucky I love you, game.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd really hate
Controller.
that.
And hits the power button. He's like,
Hey, guess what?
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 Is it time for updates?
It is time for some updates.
Good
Yeah.
news.
How did
I
you
mean,
know?
updates.
Wow.
I listen to the show every bloody week.
Oh, good job.
Yeah, he listened to like the one from last week just before this one.
Yeah,
Trying to
what
sound
took so
all
long,
cool.
motherfucker?
He was busy
All the
watching.
Marvel
I was-
movies.
I
Oh, yeah,
watching
you're
Marvel.
right. You're right.
Should have put Marvel Presents episode 31.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. Jazz,
Guest starring the Hulk.
I heard my name.
what are you working on?
Computer.
That's hilarious.
Yes, I'm working on the same stuff as always, but I actually am working on it.
What does that mean?
It means
It's like normally
I was just
I
making up
lie.
before.
it means I'm actually doing progress to the point where it's getting closer and closer. Episode 3 is written, and some of the lines have been sent out. I've already gotten one character recorded, like the day after.
Ooh,
Um,
is it you?
not Jill. No,
Oh.
I didn't have a voice, and Jill requires a certain amount of pitch and retarding state.
Certain
Oh my
amount of
God.
retardation.
It's gonna be a fun shot. The retarding of Jill Valentine.
Oh boy.
That's
I
the
can
story.
do it.
Yeah, and then my other secret project, my super secret machinima project, has been on a little bit of a halt, but I did give it like 2 or 3 extra edits this weekend, but I that's all. I was focusing more on irrelevations.
Right.
It's getting close. I can't say the fucking name.
You can feel it.
Brave you O'Brien
Yeah,
fans
so-
over there.
Yeah, Austin should be getting your lines soon.
Nice.
Um,
Looking
Yeah.
forward to it.
and I got that. I've been editing a couple of Let's Plays that I have, but I've been trying to focus more on machinimas. Mostly because in January, Nick and I did a Let's Play of RE5, and I still haven't released more than 1 episode because we just fucked around so much that we're like, I can't get through the story. There's like 5 minutes of video of just us like shooting the electric boxes.
Oh my god!
What?
What?
we just kill each other.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping to have like half of the recordings done, hopefully by next week, because I want to start adding some audio to the video.
Awesome.
Once my voice comes back, I'm gonna do that, and also other stuff for other people that I'm gonna not mention.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey. Cool. Good job.
Yeah.
Progress.
Yeah.
Yay.
Alec, what are you working on? Moving?
Well, I've actually come up with a little project I can do before I move. So, I might as well talk it now, so it's fine. So I'm doing a Life is Strange parody, or machinima, whatever you want to fucking call it.
Yep.
So Jazz is helping me doing the main bitches lines.
Wow.
Shaun,
Is that her
Now
character
she's-
name?
He told me to be myself too, so that's like another slap in the face.
Best direction
I'm not
ever.
retarded, I'm a main bitch.
Be yourself.
Better than a regular bitch.
Yeah.
Diz has sent me her lines for the other bitch.
The main.
Am I the
But
man
yeah.
bitch?
So yeah, this thing with this particular project, it's easy to do because I can just record it straight off the PS4, put it on my PC. All the audio's already there, so it's all good. It's just some voice actors here and there, and then it's all good to go.
Right.
Wow,
So
that's
if-
fast.
Yeah.
Good
so
shit.
I don't know if Austin wants to join in a little bit.
Yeah, if you need any
a little
lines, just hit me up. I'll definitely consider it.
You can be a
Okay.
secondary main side bitch.
Yeah, you can be the other bitch.
Oh my god!
I tell you what,
That's the best.
you could be a character that doesn't die.
I know,
You're-
right?
you're
I
the-
will stay alive
Sorry, Austin, I
forever.
guess you don't get to join this time.
Damn it! I'm like Sean Bean. I always have to die.
As long as you die like Michael Madsen.
Oh
Yeah.
no, like you don't give a shit. You can be the third bitch from the left.
Yeah, the bitch I went to school with.
It'll make her sound like this.
Perfect.
Hi, I'm Patricia.
Are you sick? No.
Make him hate.
What are you talking about? I'm fine.
You know what? This has to be a thing.
It just might be.
Alec, if you don't do it, I'm doing it in something.
Stay tuned,
Doing
folks.
what? Doing what? What are we doing?
It.
What are we doing? It.
It
What's
is being
it?
done. It.
Get fucked. Hey.
You'll know when you hear the podcast again.
Yeah, I think
We'll
I
go
missed
next
something.
Saturday.
I zoned out. But
Austin.
yeah,
Oh no. Go. I thought you were done.
yeah. Oh no. Just to basically say, I probably won't be, available on here for at least another month and a half now, because
Oh.
I'm gonna be starting my new job on a Saturday, and that's usually when you guys do this thing.
Oh no.
Oh, I
So
just got here, dude.
I'll be back.
Oh,
Well, you got
yeah,
to
it's
say
fine.
goodbye.
Dude, I know that feel for sure.
But yeah, so give it a month and give me a bit of time to settle, but we should be all back together soon.
Beautiful.
Yay.
Now I'm done.
So no podcast for a month. Fuck it.
Oh wow, we're
Yeah.
giving up.
Like or I riot.
Alec or
Yeah,
death.
yeah. Sean can't carry the show.
No, I
Austin
can't.
gets annoying.
We tried just the two of us before. It was kind of like super short.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't.
How
it
was your
wasn't
week?
that bad.
It was
Fuck.
good. It was good and it was fun. It's just like it just seemed like it was like, okay, now what? Usually we have like 4 people arguing and like talking 3 hours.
Oh, wow.
Right.
You
The
mean
one
when it
time we
was
did the tar-
when it was the two of us, we actually hit the time frame that we
Yeah,
were
we
going
hit the
for,
target. That was
and
like
you're
1
complaining about it.
You'll never do that again.
No, there's no hope.
There is another.
There is a fuck you, Austin.
There's always a fuck.
What are you working on these days? Do you have any projects coming up, or are you doing anything fun and creative? Any voice acting or anything like that?
So as far as voice acting goes, there is one secret little thing I'm involved in, which I'm not going to say who it is, but it is somebody within the Ward server, and they pretty much reached out to me and asked me to do some lines for them, and I did, and it was apparently something special for somebody. So I'm just going to kind of leave it at that.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's pretty fun. And whenever it comes out, or whatever this person decides to do with it, maybe it'll see the light of day. Maybe it'll just be private. I don't know, but I'll probably ask him about it later if it comes out.
Be like, you better release that shit, motherfucker.
I know, right? I want that shit to go viral.
I'll release it when I'm done with it. Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow, that...
And yeah. Right, so I did that, and then as Jess said, there's going to be some lines for O'Brien, apparently. So
right.
I'll, pretty much whenever she sends those to me, I'll find some time to do those. And then I could potentially be recruited by Alec here as well, if he needs anything.
Yay!
And then I could also ask, hey, Shaun, how about you? What's going on that front?
Yeah.
WTF?
Way to segue.
So yeah, Austin has recorded a fucking shit ton of stuff for me that has not seen the light of day yet, but it is still being worked on. Both things that you recorded for, they're still happening, so don't worry about that. But
yeah, I'm sure.
He has recorded his stuff for a top secret duel thing that's I haven't announced yet, and he has recorded all of his lines for episode 13. So yeah,
look out for that, ladies and gents.
Yeah, and he's gonna be hopefully doing some other stuff that he doesn't know about yet, but it's coming.
Holy fuck!
So he's gonna be busy. Well, he's already busy, but he's gonna be busier.
Getting busy.
But yeah, awesome.
Yeah, and that's pretty much the most of the stuff that I'm doing. So other than that, I'm just working.
Gross.
Yeah, bullshit.
Yeah, we're all.
Well, I can't help it. They give me a lot of money, so
they just keep throwing money at me, and I have to keep coming to get it.
Yeah, thanks, Zuck.
And then if people wanted to get in touch with you or follow you, where might they do that?
Like you guys have noticed me pop randomly into the Discord server. Austin frickin' Brown. Feel free to message me if you just want to either say hi, or if you want to actually hit me up for voice stuff. Now I am a busy motherfucker, so I can't guarantee I'd be able to do it for everybody. But if it's just something simple or something, chances are I might do it.
Awesome,
especially if you ask nicely enough.
And if it's not garbage, no.
Yeah,
wow.
It's not a bullshit project. Hey, could you voice this freaking stupid guy? Could you see its poop all day? I'm like, no.
Monster.
Could you?
Now I'm gonna change my script.
Could you voice this tree stump for me, please?
I'm clearly above that. Don't you know I'm the fucking merchant?
Yes.
Oh, I would not be like that. But if anything, kind of the stupider the better in that regard.
Just make it the good stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. The good stupid.
Not the Uwe Boll stupid. Don't do Blood Rain.
Yeah, no Blood Rain.
That's not the stupid that we want.
Or Sonic.
Oh.
Yeah. Actually, I probably would voice Sonic. Wow, chili dogs! Wow,
Whoa!
Gotta go fast.
Interesting.
Right.
So updates for me. Not a whole lot to add from last week. Like I said, it's been busy and I've been sleepy and all that good stuff. But I got some more work done on the Diary of Rebecca Chambers, so that's coming along. Dork!
Yay.
I started capturing a new Let's Play that I was talking about earlier, but the game broke, and I don't know what the fuck's going on with that. So hopefully that will finish. If not, I'm going to release what I have, which is 3 minutes of just me getting angry at a game, so that's always fun. Yeah, that's it for that. Still playing Martian Gothic and just working on so many things, just too many things, just little things here and there. I'll write a little bit here and edit a little bit there, and I have a lot of shit going on. But
little Shaun is always such a busy boy.
Yeah, I'm working on a lot of stuff that's just very, very slowly happening, in addition to the stuff that I'm focusing primarily on. So, yeah, those will pop up sporadically. I should have more to share on that kind of stuff next week, as long as I'm alive, which I should be,
What?
and my computer's alive. You know, I don't know what's
Well,
going on.
we're all
there.
gonna die after this podcast,
Yeah.
apparently. So.
Yeah, it's part of the
Spoiler
game.
alert.
Remember?
Fuck it, I'm gonna die now.
Wow.
Oh, all right.
I mean,
Fuck the trend.
you trendsetter, you fuck. Just always got to be
Fuck.
different.
Fuck
But,
that.
Yeah, and I obviously need to fix my computer because it's doing weird shit. It sucks. Like, the problem is, like, I'll create a project on my desktop thinking, you know what, if it's on my desktop, I can just, it's right there in my face. It'll get me to, you know, focus on that and go through it a little bit quicker. And it doesn't work like that. And then I start up another project and that goes on the desktop with the same mentality. And then the files grow and I have like a million icons on my desktop and they're not in the folders that they should be. And like, all my files are attached to a project folder, so I can't really move anything because they're pulling from all those sources. So I can't do anything until I finish the project. So I need to figure out how I'm going to fix my computer.
You gotta get organized.
Yeah, I got to organize my life and get my life together, but I need to work on that, and that'll help me
Gotta
be
get
more
your
efficient.
shit. Make sure it's together.
But yeah, that's kind of all I got for this week.
Right on, man.
All right, so that's going to end episode 32.
Hey,
Oh boy.
I had a weekly challenge if you want.
Oh yeah.
Since everybody who was here last week did the challenge for this week because Shayla wasn't here.
Yeah.
So I have one in case you guys come back next week. I have a challenge, or everybody who could be on next week should be listening anyway.
Yeah, whoever's on next week, listen to the fucking podcast and follow the rules, you sons of bitches.
You motherfucker.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's a challenge for Shaun and maybe you guys. So, the challenge is show and tell. It's a show and tell challenge.
What?
So,
Right.
my paper flew away. So I'm thinking, you take one of the things, like the one thing from your video game collections, doesn't matter which series, just your video game collections, that to you think is the most unique one you own, and take a picture of it. Maybe send a picture to Shaun, unless you are Shaun, then just fucking keep the picture.
Yeah.
and then we can like just go over a quick of like what is it, like you can show the picture maybe in the podcast video, and then we go over like what is it, where did you get it, who sent it to you, and why, like why you never actually like get rid of this thing, like what makes it so unique.
And that can involve like games themselves or like merchandise or any kind of stuff like that, right?
It could involve games, but I'm thinking like merch, or like I don't know, I'm thinking like if Shaun had forgotten that little fucking RE2 pin that he couldn't
Yeah,
get.
like a collector's item, yeah.
Yeah, like something like that, like a book, a CD.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
I mean, I probably won't be around next week, but it's
Son of
cool.
a bitch.
But you know what? You know what?
Fucking
Do
shit.
do it anyways. Then the next time you're on, I want you to
Oh
do a show
yeah.
and tell.
There you go.
Yeah, I could probably do that.
Alec too.
Yeah, I can.
You haven't sold it or sent it to Shaun.
No, I do it. There is a
This
specific
jar-
DVD I have, but I'll bring it up next time.
My most unique thing is this jar of Marmite.
Oh god.
But
We
I
need
definitely
to
have
send
stuff
more.
in mind for that.
But yeah, that's
Nice.
the
Yeah,
that's
that'll
the
be
homework.
fun. I like that.
Show and tell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I'm
I
running out
finally
of
get to
ideas,
show everyone my sex tape. Yay!
Well, I mean,
Demonetized.
No one
get
wants
to finally show everyone my ass.
Sweet ass.
fucking Alex like taking pisses in jars on webcam. Like he doesn't give a shit.
Oh,
yeah.
What the fuck am I missing?
Well, he wasn't facing us.
Check him out,
there.
Chatterbait.
On that note,
There's a reason why I'm not on every week.
well, we hope to see you guys back next week.
Yeah.
If you're
We
not
scared away the
afraid.
entire audience there.
Scaring away the fucking participants too.
Well,
Join
it's
us
the
for-
war. We're all
That's
crazy.
the last episode.
Join us in episode 33, where we show you jars of piss in our asses.
More bullshit.
Damn it.
Yeah, another action-packed episode of the Wardcast coming soon. Have an awesome week, everybody, and we will see you next Monday. Bye-bye.
Piss off.
Wow, fuck you.
Shit, dick.
Yeah.